Second and let's talk. Yo, DJ, roll that beautiful champagne footage.
For your invitation, Sham, to experience the clink, the chaos, and all of the empowerment secret you desire. There's a secret in the bottle, the bottle, the bottle. I just can't get a little clink with chaos. You know we got some. Hella hood with class, baby. I'm 2-in-1. Come sip and save us so we can spill some. And if you lost your way, we'll leave the light on. There's a secret in the bottle, the bottle, the bottle. I just can't get enough.
Champagne secrets. What's going on, Champagne Gang? FizzFam, Confidante. Welcome to the Hennessy Zone. I had to create a spot for those conversations that required, well, something a little stronger than just champagne. Over here, we think and drink responsibly. We gotta let them know the classy drink Hennessy too. And we're gonna get into the show, but real quick, I need to give a shout out to someone. Give me 1 second, y'all. This guy right here, this is our brother channel, Father Lock of Father Lock's Horror House. And if you are into all things horror, scary, spooky, maybe even some real life hauntings, baby, then this is the channel to be at. Go ahead over to Father Lock and hit that subscribe button so we can help him get to 1K, because I promise you he has been helping me get there. So go ahead and give him a like, a share, a subscribe. Check out the content, because I promise you it's off the chain. So, y'all, we got a big story for today, and this story is coming out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, my hometown. Well, not where I was born, but where I spent a lot of years. And it's really interesting because when I talk to a lot of people still don't think there's a lot of black people who are in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is infested with us and ninjas because there is a difference between black folk and ninjas. And this story that we're covering today is about a ninja. One that, in my opinion, needs to be castrated. But we're going to get into this story. I ran into this story on another YouTuber's channel that I happen to follow, Carlos King. And I had to go look it up to see what was going on. Even made some phone calls back to Milwaukee to see what the hell is going on. So with this story, a 13-year-old was found at a gas station with a 37-year-old man who she says basically held her captive, him and a friend of his, for at least 3 days before he took her to this gas station, and someone who knew her and the family reached out to the family, and the family showed up to the gas station. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it. So baby, make sure you got your favorite glass of bubbly or Hennessy, because we are in the Hennessy zone. And get ready to scoot up and let's toast. But if you know anything about champagne secrets, you know before we get into it, we got to get into our positivity and affirmations. So why don't you do me a favor? Take those glasses and raise them high in the air. You ready? Yeah, I got them glasses raised. Let's get into it. Let's call it what it is. Distractions are just roadblocks dressed up as entertainment. That endless scrolling, the drama that doesn't even involve you, and all of the noise that adds zero value to your life. They're stealing your focus, and for what? None of that is getting you closer to your goals. It's time to take your eyes off the sideshows and lock in on the main event. Y-O-U. Your dreams, your hustles, your glow up. That's where all of your attention belongs. Cut the distractions, turn down the noise, and turn up the volume to what adds value to your life. And give your energy to what actually matters. Your future self will thank you for it. Ask me how I know. Repeat after me. I am reclaiming my focus, my time, and my energy because my future deserves nothing less than my best. Don't that sound good? Here's to you, Confidant, for you are worth it. Let's toast.
A Milwaukee man today made his first appearance in court on charges of repeated sexual assault of a child. Our Kaylee Starl joins me now in studio. And Kaylee, you listened to that hearing. The details here are disturbing.
Ryan, they are disturbing. 37-year-old Antonio Randolph is charged with 1 count of repeated sexual assault of the same child with at least 3 violations and another count of repeated sexual assault of the same child. His first appearance today had the court commissioner in disbelief.
You know, it's weird. After 32 years, you would think that you've seen everything. Talking about me, of course. And then something happens to let you know you probably will never see everything.
Prosecutors read a criminal complaint Sunday saying Randolph and a friend allegedly met a 13-year-old girl who ran away. They say Randolph took her to a home and tried to have sex with her, then proceeded to take her to his grandmother's house, lock her in the basement, and again allegedly attempt to have sex. He then left her with another friend who did the same.
Must be, son.
After, the court commissioner says they were seen in public by someone who knows the girl's family, who quickly came and, quote, beat him up.
And it gets streamed on Facebook. And then the person that you allegedly had sex with when you were a child sees the video and says, "That's the man that raped me when I was a child." You can't make that up.
I have requested that full criminal complaint from the Milwaukee County District Attorney. We do know Randolph is being held on $50,000 cash bail and will be in court next for a hearing on December 3rd at 1:30. Ryan?
Yeah, tough details there, Kaylee. Thank you. We will stay on top of this story and provide updates when we get our hands on those court documents.
Hold on, I had to turn my mic back on. So, as you see this picture in the bottom corner, hold on one second. Because let me move him really quick. Because I need y'all to see this face. This character right here. Now, mind you, everything is alleged. You know, innocent until proven guilty. As they tell us. So this gentleman right here was caught at a gas station with a 13-year-old. This was the aftermath when someone who recognized the little girl at the gas station with this gentleman reached out to her family, and all of her family showed up to the gas station. You can imagine, because I can only imagine. No. I can't imagine what I would have done had it been my child, my 13-year-old. Now, according to the story, and again, it's alleged, the little girl ran away from home. Now, press pause. Because that begs a conversation as well. Now, we're not taking any heat off this predator right here on the screen, because he deserves everything that he has coming to him and then some. But a 13-year-old running away from home, not that it's uncommon, but sometimes we need to stop and ask our children, what's going on with you? Do we have those kind of conversations with our kids anymore? Or do we just assume because you're 13 years old, you couldn't possibly be going through anything? Do we stop to ask why our children are running away? What was going on in the home that would make this child want to run away? Now, it could be the simple fact that she has good parents, and the good parents are strict, and the parents won't allow her to do what the rest of her friends are doing. That could be the case. We don't know. We're not there. It's all speculation. However, even in a good home, you still need to ask the questions. Find out. Get in your kids' business. There's no such thing as privacy. We didn't have privacy when we was growing up. What was privacy? For some of y'all that remember, because you know some of this generation is too young, they don't remember the house phones. Where the parents had 2 and 3 house phones in the house. So if you was on one of the phones, all the parent had to do was pick up the other one and hear your whole conversation. See, some of y'all don't know nothing about that. No, y'all don't. Because y'all so into this cell phone generation, where the only way someone can have access to your conversation is if they put an app on your phone, or if you have an iPhone and they have your iCloud information and they just clone it. But back in the day, we had house phones. And them house phones, anybody could listen to your phone call. We didn't know what it was to have privacy. What is a locked door? And you have a minor. Do you know what's going on in this world today? For you to consistently leave your kids unmonitored and unsupervised? Or have we just gotten to a place where we don't care? We just figure kids are going to be kids. And kids are going to do what kids are going to do. Is that where we've really made it to as a people? I need y'all to let me know as we get into this story. So I'm getting ready to play for you. Before I do that, I'm sorry. Champagne Gang, we need to pause because I want to say a quick prayer. One of our confidants, Nisi B, is in hospital. And we want to pause and say a prayer for her because we come together and connect for our own to make sure our own are good, right? We check up on our own because we're a family over here, right? So everyone, whatever you're doing, just pause, stop, bow your head, and let's say a quick prayer. God, we thank you for this day that you've allowed us to see. God, thank you that you did not allow last night to be our last night, but you gave us another opportunity to fulfill our purpose, to get it right with you, to forgive some people that we know we should forgive, to walk away from some stuff that we know we need to walk away from, to stop some things that we know we need to stop. So God, we want to first of all say thank you because your word says to enter into your gates with thanksgiving, but then it says to enter into your courts with praise. So God, in this moment, we take this opportunity to give you the honor, the glory, and the praise because there's nobody else like you. We glorify you and we lift you up. And God, right now we come to you not on our own behalf, oh God, but we come to you on behalf of our sister in the hospital right now. God, we ask that you touch her from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet, even now, oh God, because you are a healer. So we're calling on the God that is the healer to step into that hospital room, God, and provide healing even now. Your perfect divine will be done in that hospital room, God, even now, in accordance with your word that says, with your stripes we are healed, because you were wounded for our transgressions and you were bruised for our iniquity. So right now, God, we ask that you send your healing virtue right now, oh God, because all you got to do is just speak a word. Speak a word over her life, God, that will make everything okay. God, and we thank you, and we praise you, and we lift you up, and we'll give you the glory. We'll give you the honor. We'll give you the praise. And in the end, God, we'll lift our voices to the world and shout, this is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes, God. We trust you, and we thank you, even now, God. And we surround her with your love as we send our love to her right now. In the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach, we pray. Amen. And so be it. Nisi B, girl, we love you. And we miss you. And we can't wait till you come back to join us, my love. All right? Now let's get into this story.
He have you? He had you the whole time?
So this, what I'm getting ready to play for you, is the actual confrontation that happened at the gas station when the family showed up after they received the call. So check this out.
He have you? He had you the whole time? All right. Hey, he ain't going nowhere. I'm going to tell you that right now. He ain't going nowhere. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
At the end of the day, you can ask her everything.
She just said you had her.
Exactly.
She said you had her the whole time. Did he have you the whole time? She just said you had her the whole time. But she just said you had her. She just said you had her the whole time.
I had her literally from here. Nigga, you can even see this shit on the whistle now. They got this shit on camera.
What's your name? What's your name?
Antonio R. Randolph. What the fuck am I sitting here telling you all this shit for if I've been doing something to her?
Hey, did he have you? Did he have you? He had you the whole time? All right. Hey, he ain't going nowhere. I'm going to tell you that right now. He ain't going nowhere. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
At the end of the day, you can ask her everything.
She just said you had her.
Exactly.
She said you had her the whole time. Did he have you the whole time? She just said you had her the whole time. But she just said you had her. She just said you had her the whole time.
I had her literally from here. Nigga, you can even see this.
Now, like I said, I don't know if y'all know anything about Milwaukee. But baby, Milwaukee gets a little rough, honey. That's baby Chicago. So when they said 50th and Lisbon, nothing good can come out of anything between 20th and 50th in Lisbon. Nothing at all. So when I heard this confrontation happen there, I absolutely knew this was going to take a turn for the diabolical. Warranted, because what are you doing with a 13-year-old little girl? What? What kind of pleasure can you get out of wanting to be with a child? What? And allegedly, he was not the only one. It was him and a friend that took turns essaying this 13-year-old. And I had a picture of her. I'm not showing her picture. She's a minor. Baby been violated enough. But what kind of sick, twisted, perverted, demented individual do you have to be to kidnap a 13-year-old and repeatedly abuse her over and over and over again? Then turn around and let your friend do the same thing. These ninjas need to be castrated. I would say a host of other things. But for the sake of keeping my channel, because I'm on my road to 1K, I won't share as a mother, what I really want to say. What happens in the mind of an individual who has an affinity for children that makes you look past ass and titties galore that you can have from women on the street? It's women selling it. And you would look past that to get a child? To try to destroy her innocence? That's damn demonic. We want to call everything mental health issues these days. No, let's call a thing a thing. It's demonic. We always say it's good versus evil, right? God versus Satan, right? So if it's not God, then what else do you think it is? And then you run with these individuals. Because for you to be able to pull another individual into a room to hurt a child, that means this is what you cohabitate with. Check out this post from Twitter. Let me pull it up. It says, Milwaukee missing girl located on 50th and Lisbon. The family of a missing 13-year-old girl found her at a Milwaukee gas station on Wednesday, November 20th. But it's who hold on, but it's who loved ones say. Okay, y'all, it didn't look right at first. But it's who loved ones say the teen was found with that turned the store into a crime scene. Her family said she was spotted with a man possibly in his 30s. Chaos unfolded around 4 p.m. at a gas station near 50th and Lisbon. We've been frantically looking for her for the last 3 days, and today they found her here, an unidentified family member said. As long as she is breathing and alive, because it doesn't always happen that way, I'm grateful. The Milwaukee Police Department said the teen was last seen near 67th and Keefe on Monday. The family said someone safely grabbed the teen and restrained the man until officers arrived. This is a developing story and will be updated as more details become available. So, check out this news report.
Girl back with her family.
The family says 2 arrests yesterday are linked with her disappearance. Jason Cal.
13-year-old Milwaukee girl back with her family.
The family says 2 arrests yesterday are linked with her disappearance. Jason Calvi tells us about the ongoing investigation.
3 days after a 13-year-old girl went missing, family members say they received a tip from a stranger. Their missing girl was here with a man. They and others rushed over to the Clark gas station on 50th in Lisbon.
I believe someone drove past or came to this location and spotted that girl with some of the individuals, and they reached out to the family or folks that were helping search and told them that they saw her here.
Then police say people who knew the girl battered a 37-year-old man. Police then arrested him as part of a sexual assault investigation. Police also arrested a 27-year-old man as part of that sexual assault investigation.
So we've been frantically searching the city.
The girl was reunited with her family.
Man, I'm just thankful. Glory be to God. Because if it wasn't for him, we would not have found her.
But the girl's mother tells me police arrested the girl's family member for the fight inside this parking lot.
Jason Calvi reporting the investigation is going to take time, police say, given the sensitive nature.
So you guys, that was the original news article. Well, the news article about her being found. So now we're going to play. I went over to Facebook. Oh, and I saw somebody say they like my glasses. So y'all listen. These are my reading glasses. And I got these off Temu. Did. Ain't they cute? And they colorful. Y'all, I'm normally not a colorful person. I'm not. My colors are generally black. I love all black. I do. Favorite color is red though, but you'll never catch me in all red. I'm only gonna wear red as an accessory. But black. But when I saw these, I said I'm gonna have to step out and do something a little different. You know, be a little razzle dazzle. Y'all like it? Yeah. But I'm gonna play for you. So there's a community advocate that is in Milwaukee. His name is Von Mays, and he goes to the scenes of crimes and when crimes are committed, when people are unalived. He really stands up and speaks out for the community. So we're going to play his live from Facebook so you guys can see what happened when he showed up to the scene.
Gas station.
too.
Y'all call the police.
Yeah, the police fucking station right there. They still ain't show up. The fucking station right there.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Just don't let him come out.
He ain't.
All right. I got you.
Make him leave.
What up? Whoo, shit. I'm finna go get him. Y'all, they beat the hell out of dude. Whoo-wee. To be honest with y'all, like this shit crazy. Because it's a grown ass man. This little girl, 13. Y'all gotta holler at y'all people, man, that's out here moving bogus like that. That's crazy. And now, a motherfucker really gotta save them. Make sure they ass don't get, did in, which, honestly, I don't blame them, but the crazy part is they'll end up going to jail and he won't. He'll end up the victim, Oh, there they go. Did they find the girl? Yes. Okay. Hey, y'all need to take him. Y'all need to take him.
But these they don't do shit. They right up the street and don't do shit.
Hey, y'all should take him. It's gonna calm everything down. Take him.
She know what the fuck you doing to her. She know what the fuck you been doing to her. You bring out my 13-year-old cousin and have her for a day.
Look at his face. They whooped his ass. And he deserved it. If he hurt this baby. And we can't even really say if, because he borderline admitted to it. When he had his first court appearance. Look at his face. Let me tell y'all something. There's a reason why they're saying remove him from the scene. And I'm going to see if I can find this video. And I'm going to do a reaction. I'll probably do a live to it if I can find it. But there was a situation that happened in Milwaukee when I lived there. And this wasn't too long ago. Where this house, there were some children who were missing. And there was word that the children might be in this particular house. The family showed up, went on live, searching around the house, knocking on the door, trying to get in the house to see if they see any kids, see any remnants of kids or whatever. While they were out there, they got word that the individuals who were in the house had shipped some kids away from the house in a bus. So that's why they were no longer there. This was supposed to be a known hangout for runaway teens, where they kind of harbored them in this house. The family requested that more people from Milwaukee show up and assist with the search. Show up, did they? Not only did they show up, they took bricks, broke in the house, busted the windows in. Not only did they do that, they set the house on fire. With the police there, it was so many of them, there was nothing the police could do. There was police officers who walked away injured due to this incident, from being hit with bricks to all sorts of other things. Them people said, if we don't get these babies, we tearing up everything. Tear up, did they? They tore up everything in the house and then set it on fire. Unfortunately, it was a duplex. So there was an older lady who lived upstairs. Luckily, she was not home at the time. And her house was destroyed too. The entire house was destroyed. Mind you, these individuals were renters. They weren't owners. So a homeowner lost an entire property over rumors that potentially the children were in the house. So that's why they're screaming, get him off the scene. Because if more and more people would have started showing up, they wouldn't have been able to contain it. It's been proven time and time again in Milwaukee. They wouldn't have been able to contain it. But look at his face. That should tell you enough.
Bro, she's 13, bro. She's been missing for 2 days. They was just looking for her. These fucking cops suck. They don't do shit. Fuck y'all, hey. Yeah, y'all should.
Listen, they don't do shit.
Y'all.
They never done this guy. They still got him fucking standing right here. Hey, why he standing right here? No, you get him the fuck from over here. You get him the fuck from over here. Hey, get him the fuck from over here.
Who is in charge? Who is in charge? I need to talk to somebody that's in charge. The guy in the red needs to be removed. That'll calm all the rest of this down. It's a little girl that was 13 that was missing. She's been with him. He's claiming, he's been with her doing stuff. The family found him and her. That's why this is happening. So he's been doing stuff with a minor for 2 days. She's been missing. So they found him. Now you got this situation. He needs to be removed.
Oh, no, everybody want to come. Now y'all all want to come. We called this shit in 15 minutes ago.
It's good. It's calm down. It's calm down.
That's exactly what he's trying to do.
I broke my damn belt. Whew.
You gotta be dead for these cops.
Yeah,
I think that's my cousin baby. And it is my baby. And this grown man is with her. My baby, she instantly pulled up. My daughter come and hug me and she cried. She said, Mama, this man been raping me for days. She said he snapped her from the gas station when she was calling trying to figure out what my nerves were. So he better not walk. He better not walk. He better not walk. I think my cousin called for y'all to come here because that man raped my baby.
Whoever the man is, I don't even know who that is. Give me 1 second, let me figure out who the...
Forget the fight. That man been raping my baby. But is y'all gonna get the justice that she needs?
Don't worry about it. We just need for y'all to...
I'm just saying, because my baby 13 for days, she just said this man been employing her with another man. So y'all need that house too and get the other man.
Yeah, they got. I don't know where she is, but they said they got her. Anybody? Oh, they scraped him. He bad. He fucked up. But I don't. They need to get this situation together because it took.
You know what? Something, Progressive One. I started looking into it, and there is something significant about the number 13 and girls. Because if you look on the internet, do a Google search, missing teens, you'll see 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. I know quote unquote 13 is supposed to be an unlucky number. But what is it about the age 13 and predators? Or just the age 13 itself? Because I'm starting to notice a pattern. There was another young girl who went missing in Milwaukee, and she ended up unalived. She was 13. There was another little girl who was missing. She's 13. I saw another article about another young lady who was missing. She was 13. So what is the significance about 13, the number, and these young girls? I'm going to have to do some research on it to figure it out. Because there's something really going on that at the age of 13, our girls are no longer safe. So if you have a 13-year-old in your home, you need to start having conversations. We don't see this with the boys. I haven't seen 13-year-old boys being unalived and disappearing where parents don't know where they are. So what is it with the girls? I'm going to have to do some research.
You know, they had all this time to do what they did because we across the street from a fucking police station right there, and it took them forever to get over here. So that's why everything is kind of... Yo! Okay, I think they talking to her, to the girl. I think she in this car. As long as they don't touch nobody, that's what I'm concerned about. I don't want them. Bro. Okay.
I'm not understanding what he's doing. Y'all have to stop thinking that this is a fight. It's not a fight. No. It feel like that because you right now want to be that way. You have to let him talk to him. Let me talk to him.
But then, as a parent, she's 13. He should be able to stand here.
I can't talk to you. Okay. Give me one second. Give me one second. This is what I want to say. Okay. She's a victim, so we got to interview her. I know, but he didn't say he like this, so he don't know what he likes. You know what I mean? All he sees a couple magazines. He not talking to somebody. I'm just trying to make this. This is his family. This is our story.
So let me explain this to you. I'm Vaughn.
I'm the mom.
No, I'm Vaughn. Ray was with us. We didn't get to connect with y'all earlier. But so legally in this state, they can talk to her without y'all. They can.
Yeah, but listen, let me tell you something. For days, they ain't even been interested in shit we do.
I understand, but now
We've been out here by ourselves trying to find our baby, and God is good because we found him.
This dude that I'm friends with on Facebook called me on Facebook and said he's at the gas station right now on 51st. The little girl is there. I just seen her, bro. Yeah. This nigga just wrote me on Facebook. He called me, bro.
I'm gonna make sure they take him because he can be charged right now. Like they can take him right now. He over there talking to him.
Somebody said it's down here.
Hello?
Get the fuck over here.
Just let go. She said he was
Yeah,
good too.
yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
now we just let go.
I'm actually at the gas station on 51st.
Listen,
We fought the man that was holding her house. Get your coat up, baby.
Bro, this shit's so crazy. I'm not doing that because, again, listen, y'all. If you're new to my live, then cool. But one thing I don't do, these are victims. It's a minor involved in this. I'm not showing their face and all that kind of stuff. That ain't what I do. I ain't Fox 6. I ain't trying to get the exclusive scoop and all this shit. What I am gonna show is dude right here. What is he talking about? Because this dude right here is the So, if you're not familiar with me, I'm here, the family and the friends of the family and people who've been searching. Y'all see the response. Police is here. They got this whole thing surrounded and all that. It's a mass for them, you know. So I'm trying to make sure that these people who are the victims and the family of this victim aren't being touched and harassed and manhandled and all that because they are the victims. So we protect victims and we deal with the other shit. For those of y'all who don't know what's been going on, it's been a 13-year-old girl that's been missing for 2 days. She was apparently with this dude. She's saying that him and another dude. So this girl been missing for 2 days. She's 13. She's been with this dude. He's a grown man. He's 26, 27, something like that. I can't remember the age. But apparently, you know, family been looking. I was with them earlier. My team was with them earlier. I just so happened to look on live, and I see them. They done caught him up here at the gas station with this girl. And what happened. It took the police forever to get here, so the people did what they did. And we just trying to make sure that the situation de-escalate and calm down. So, I mean, if you go back in the live, you'll see he not looking too good right now. And they both grown.
Yeah. They both grown. He's older than the other motherfucker. Like, you a grown-ass fucking man, bro. That's why he got his shit beat. I don't care. She's a baby. Not the other one.
Yeah, people, man, dog, y'all gotta talk to y'all people that's out here doing shit like this, man. This girl, 13. I don't know. It don't look like she ain't no cuss or no shit like that. The girl is okay. They talking to her. How you doing, bro? Love, bro. I just had to side because I live over here. I literally live around the corner, and I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, that looks like that's around the corner. Hey, that wasn't nothing but, you know, God and fate, because they was driving past, or somebody was driving past and seen him and the girl, and put a call out. So. What's good, D? What's good, D? They saying they let the other person leave. So I didn't see him or know who that person is. He might be on their live. Good shit.
They'll never find these kids, man. Never.
Yeah, and she just said it. That's why I keep telling them they got one.
Do y'all got the other dude on?
It's this guy right here. It was the dude that said. Look.
Oh, the younger looking
The
dude?
young guy. We thinking it's not him because we caught this guy.
I thought I saw him
But
on
they
your live.
together. Yeah, they was together the whole time. This is the other guy. His name is Michael Wakefield.
So they need to
So she said
put a
this is the guy
warrant
He
out.
said that young dude was with him. He was allowing the young dude to get parts. So dang, I feel like right there and there we should have hit this too. We should have.
Man, he made
He made that shit sound.
He did.
Bro.
So now my next question is, who dropped them off here?
He must have did. He must have dropped them off and was coming back to get him. That's why he was in the area already. At the police station. Cause
Yeah, the other dude in the back of the police truck.
What other dude?
The bigger one.
Oh, okay.
You kept my honey for 3 days. You caught her on the street. You and your friend put her in the car, my nigga. Kept her
It seemed like this. It seemed like this dude.
Yeah, that's his cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
You raped her for 3 days, bro.
This is sad.
You was watching the live, man? Yeah.
This is why you gotta have conversations with your kids. And let your kids know the street don't love you the way you think it do. You think your parent is a monster. Baby, there's bigger monsters out here than your parents. And a lot of times it is the simple fact that the parents have too many rules. You know, we're dealing with a generation of kids who feel like they can do what they want, when they want, how they want, with no consequence. Let's talk about it. This is a story that parents need to share with their children, to show them the dangers of leaving the safety of your home. Now, I'm not talking about if these kids are living in homes with monsters. No, I'm talking about the children who are living in good homes, who just because your parent has a rule or two that you don't like, you think you're going to run out here and try your hand at the street. The street has changed. The people on the street has changed. These people don't care about their life. So you know they don't care about yours. You need to start having conversations with your children. Stop letting GTA and YouTube and social media raise your children. It's time for parents to stand back up and be parents in the lives of their children, whether they like you or not. It's not your job to be your children's friend. It's your job to give them guidance, to give them rules, to give them boundaries, and to instill in them standards. That word. Teach them about responsibility and repercussions. Teach them that there's a consequence to certain behavior and certain actions. But you do it in love and not in anger. See, too many times we wait to discipline our kids and say something to our children when we half past hot and a quarter to boiling. So by that time, ain't no talking, because you already upset. What lesson can they learn from you in anger? So then you have children who want to run away and try it on their own. And this baby ran right into the arms of a devil. and his minion. These are the kind of stories that need to go viral. So that these children know grass ain't greener on the other side. You think your mama house is hell. Wait till you get a load of the street. When you're dealing with people who have nothing to lose.
They just family. They just family.
I was waiting on your ass to inbox.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
I
I
ain't
did.
get that shit. I ain't get it. You probably inboxed somebody else.
I agree with you, Progressive One. People are chasing bags at the expense of losing their kids. Facts. I tell my children to this day, I said, do you realize how many jobs I lost because I was a single mom? And y'all got sick and I would have to take off work. Had to go to the hospital, would have to take off work. Y'all get in trouble at school, get suspended, have to take off work. Because I didn't have anybody to watch them. I was doing it all on my own. We so busy chasing the bag, sometimes we forget about the little ones that God gave us stewardship over. Because all we care about is the money. When is your children going to become more important than the money? And if this don't apply, let it fly. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to the ones whose eyes are glimmering with green. So much so you don't even see your own children's pain. You don't know if they're being bullied at school. You don't know if they're being harassed online. You don't know if a predator is trying to lure them out the house on a social media app. We just did a video not too long ago about the little 14-year-old boy who fell in love with an AI character in an app and unalived himself because he wanted to be in the world where the AI character was. We're so busy chasing the come up that we're not paying attention to what's going on with our children. Because families should show up more than just in these situations. And I'm not saying her family didn't. We're speaking in general. Because I know how y'all are in comments. Y'all just, y'all stress me out. We're not talking about her family. We're talking about in general. If families will show up more than when something bad happens. These children need a village. They need a support system. These parents, excuse me, need a support system. They don't need you just supporting when things go bad. They need you to support before it gets there. Maybe we would see less children running away if more families got involved. And cared enough to say, I don't give a damn what you say as a mother. That's blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh. And what happens to them is my business. When are we going to care that much?
It's at the DC page. I did inbox it. You it's probably in your hidden messages because we ain't friends. It was two dudes. Yeah, so this shit. Like I said, man, people get what they deserve, bro. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. It was two dudes. The one that that they have in custody, and then another guy who they let leave the situation. Who was the original guy that people were looking for or said that she was supposed to be with? That person was also here. That's the person that left. Is the original person that was said she was with. So that's where we at. And like I said,
So that's about it on that one with Von Mays. So you kind of get the backstory of how this was all found out, how they ran up on the girl at the gas station with this guy and another vehicle and another gentleman in a vehicle. Apparently, the other guy left the scene, but this guy stayed on the scene. Police eventually showed up, and even though they were asking the police to take the guy away from the scene, of course, if you know anything about how the law works, they have to have some kind of proof. Can't just be hearsay. They've got to get his story. They got to know what's going on in the situation before they can do anything, allegedly. So here we stand in this situation. He was eventually arrested. He did go to court. And let me see if I have. Hold on, y'all. I think that was the first one I played for y'all, was the news article. But we're going to get into Homer Blow, who is actually a radio personality, and he does have a radio station. It is called, hold on one second, blowradio.com. He's a DJ. I don't know if he's familiar all over, but I know those who used to live or live in the Midwest know who Homer Blow is. So he actually did a live on Facebook where he read the criminal complaint. So we're getting ready to get into that right now.
Homer Blow. The views and opinions expressed on County Clerk of Circuit Courts, Anna Hodges. Great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. You feel what I'm saying? Being able to be at peace with yourself is worth more than anything that they can end up trying to send you through and sending you through. Trusted you enough to let you see the criminal complaint. The least you could have done is cropped it to where we couldn't see that it was probably a computer from a law enforcement officer or somebody in that kind of realm. It's not good to out people like that because they ain't gonna want to help other people. They ain't gonna want to help other people. So you should have cropped the hell out of that and not put some people in jeopardy because you know they got the forensics that they can break that down and find out what computer number it was and all of that. So you, Lisbon Avenue near the Wendy's restaurant, while at the residence street and West Lisbon Avenue. In my thoughts, Gina Woods, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. So I just want to say that for any future reference. All right. So again, for that repeated sexual assault of a child that took place September 1999 through June of 2000 at 2351 North 46th Street in the city of Milwaukee, That's a Class B felony. The defendant may be sentenced to a term of imprisonment not to exceed 40 years. Probable cause. Complainant is a Milwaukee police officer and bases this complaint upon Milwaukee Police Department incident reports. Complainant has relied on such reports in the past and has found them to be truthful, accurate, and regularly relied upon in the course of that department's business. Such incident reports indicate the following. On November 20th, 2024, officers responded to a Citgo gas station located at 4950 West Lisbon Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in regards to a subject with a weapon complaint. Upon arrival, officers observed multiple people arguing with each other, and Antonio Randolph, date of birth 6/5/87, the above-named defendant, was on the scene bloodied and battered. The defendant admitted to officers that he was at the gas station with his female friend, KGW. KGW's date of birth, 8/19/11, was on scene and ran away from home on November 18th, 2024. On that same day.
So let me make sure my mic is on. So KGW is the 13-year-old. So they used her initials instead of her full name because she is a minor. I do have her full name. However, as stated, I am not releasing it because she's a minor. She's been through enough, allegedly.
KGW met the defendant and another man at the above-listed gas station and asked them for a ride. The men took KGW to an address in the area of North 46th Street and West Lisbon Avenue near the Wendy's restaurant. While at the residence, KGW was in a room with the two men with the door closed. When the defendant put his hand underneath KGW's clothing, that's the one that looked like a monster because he is a monster that ended up getting beat down and everybody talking about it wasn't really him. It was somebody else and all of that. So when they saying the defendant, it's Antonio Randolph. Antonio Randolph put his hand underneath KGW's clothing and inserted his fingers inside of KW's vagina while rubbing her. Once the defendant was done, the other individual, who was not yet named in this particular criminal complaint, the other individual put his hands underneath KW's clothing and inserted his fingers inside of KW's vagina. Afterwards, the defendant took KW to his grandmother's residence located at 8910 North 95th Street in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where he kept KW in the basement. KW was free to walk around but confined to the basement. KW asked to use the defendant's phone to call her parents, but he refused. The defendant then forced KW to have mouth-to-penis sexual intercourse and penis-to-vagina sexual intercourse. KW told the defendant no and stopped multiple times. The next day, November 19th, 2024, while at the defendant's grandmother's residence, he again forced penis-to-vagina sexual intercourse with KW, who was a 13-year-old, and told the defendant to stop. KW told the defendant to stop multiple times. The following day, November 20th, 2024, the defendant, Antonio Randolph, and KW were picked up by an individual known as Fat Fat. Fat Fat dropped off the defendant at a plasma donating center and began to drive around with KW in the vehicle. While driving, Fat Fat told KW to get in the front seat, where he rubbed her thigh and in between her legs. Fat Fat pulled over and told KW to get into the black seat and to take her clothes off. Fat Fat engaged in penis-to-vagina sexual intercourse with KW and ejaculated in KW's mouth. Fat Fat then dropped KW off with the defendant and they walked to the Citgo gas station located on Lisbon. That is where a family friend recognized KW and called the family because they knew KW was missing. KW's family arrives at the gas station and a physical fight ensues. The altercation is being live streamed on Facebook Live. RB, date of birth 5/23/72, sees the Facebook Live video and recognizes the individual being beaten up as the same man who sexually assaulted RB as a child. When RB was approximately 5 years old, They were living with the defendant's mother at the address of 2351 North 46th Street. At that time, the defendant would have been 12 years old. RB stated that the defendant would sneak into RB's bed, pull down her pants, and insert his penis into RB's vagina. This happened numerous times. RB recalls taking a nap and the defendant pulled down her pants and inserted his penis into RB's anus, causing excruciating pain. RB recalls still being in pain when trying to sit down. The defendant told RB, "If you say anything to anyone, you'll never see your mom again."
Can you imagine what this baby had to be thinking about going through this? With these grown ass ninjas penetrating every orifice she has at 13 years old. He was 37. I just need y'all to think about that. And the reason why I cover stories like this, hold on, let me put me back up here because I pulled me off for a second. The reason why I cover stories like this is to let you know we all hooked on Diddy and the monster he was for so many years in the industry. But you got monsters walking amongst you every single day. And this baby ran into one. A couple. This is why I pulled back from doing so much celebrity content. Because we need to focus on what's going on with these babies every day. What these young women are dealing with every day. Your neighbor. Your downstairs neighbor. Your neighbor from around the corner. Your relative. This young girl was someone's relative. Somebody's daughter. Somebody's niece. Potentially somebody's sister. And she had to endure this for 3 days. But we stuck talking about a Diddy party. Come on, y'all.
RB went to the bathroom and cried where the defendant, Antonio Randolph's mother, found RB. RB told the defendant, Antonio Randolph's mother, what happened, and she didn't believe RB. So she made RB get in the tub and take her clothes off. RB was bleeding from her anus. The defendant's mother called her sister, and RB began to stay with her, who is known as Aunt Skeet. RB had a pet rabbit at that time, which was found dead behind the washing machine after RB told the defendant, Antonio Randolph's mother. RB took that as a message to stay quiet. The defendant, Antonio Randolph, would go to Aunt Skeet's residence and continually to sexually abuse RB. RB recalls this abuse occurring through one school year, so between September 1999 and June of 2000. In a Mirandaized interview, the defendant, Antonio Randolph, stated he met the little girl at the above-listed gas station and that he thought she was 19 years old. He stated that KW was pretty and just young. The defendant, Antonio Randolph, admitted that KW was touching his penis and that they tried penis-to-vagina sexual intercourse numerous times, but it was hurting KW too much, so they stopped. The defendant, Antonio Randolph, said they tried every couple of hours. He believed this happened 4 to 5 times. The defendant, Antonio Randolph, was trying to put his penis into KW's vagina. The defendant stated he was attracted to KW's small, attractive little body. The defendant, Antonio Randolph, stated that the other man with him did tell KW that she was going to have sex with a lot of them. The defendant, Antonio Randolph, admitted that Fat drove around with KW just trying to see how he really knows this little girl. The defendant, Antonio Randolph, was asked about RB and denied anything sexual ever happened. He then admitted that he would play with himself and have her lay down, and he would ejaculate onto RB's buttocks. He estimates this happened more than 10 times. End of complaint.
So I need y'all to think about that. More than 10 times, this 13-year-old. He kept trying to penetrate her, but it wasn't working. And y'all don't think this is demonic? To the point where you know you're causing someone pain. And you would keep going because you want to fulfill your sick, twisted, demented fantasy. And this isn't hearsay. This is him admitting this to the detective. He's reading the criminal complaint. And also the conversation the police had with this guy about what took place. And he's admitting that he kept trying to penetrate her. Then he says he thought she was 19. Did she tell you that? Or is that just what you told yourself? To make what you was getting ready to do to her justifiable somehow in your mind. He deserved every lick he received and then some. Because had it been one of mine, the police would have been pulling up to a totally different scene. I cannot make this up. I will not make it up. I don't do bullets, but I definitely do blades. And it would have been filet a nigga all over the gas station. Please and believe. Because how? With women willing to just give it away. It takes a twisted, sick mind to say, nah, I don't want no grown woman. Nah, I want a baby. Somebody who's not strong enough to fight me off. Someone I can control. Someone I can take from and do what I want to do with. It takes a twisted person to rationalize that in their mind. That is demonic. It's situations like this that makes me question, why do we even need a court system with these kind of situations? Just turn the ninja over to the family. That's all you got to do. They'll take care of him. I promise you. Drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think.
So, there's several things that we need to really take into effect as it relates to this particular situation, because, everybody had their own what it was and what was said, this, that, and the other. In this particular criminal complaint, it shows no, and says nothing about her saying that she misrepresented her age. I saw a lot of that going around on social media of people saying she was telling him that she was 19. In here, the criminal complaint, what I call the receipts, it does not say that she ever told him that she was 19 years old. In his own words, he said he assumed she was 19, but then went on to talk about he liked her little body and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, hashtag that part, hashtag facts, the perfect bullshit. And there's things that, yeah, for those that were feeling sorry for them just really exposing the monster that he really is. You feel what I'm saying? The monster that he really is. That shit right there. That shit right there was just mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And then how many times do we have to hear about the stories where people did try to report their abuser, their rapist, and have the parents not believe them? Her thing, after she said this was happening, the RB, and I'm going to show you her post and then show you some of her pictures. But she posted it on, it's on social media, so it ain't like you can't go and see these pictures or see her post. But his mother, which in my opinion shows a sickness there as well, you gonna wash the evidence off? You gonna have her get in the tub and wash the evidence off?
I'm glad he spoke to that, because the problem is a lot of these families are twisted and frucked up as well. And I said frucked, YouTube. Because for you to know, for this baby to have told you what she just went through, and you made her get out of all her damn clothes and get in the tub to take a shower, yeah, you need to go down as well. You need to go down as well. How did Denzel say in Man on Fire? Everybody that saw it, everybody that witnessed it, anybody who was there, anybody who knew about it, all of them need to go down. And they need to go down before the family get to them. You might as well round all of them up and lock them up immediately. Because this is sick. Not only is it sick, but it's sick that he had a family that partook in it and didn't turn his ass in. And it makes you wonder, for his mom, grandmother, whoever it was, for them to jump up that fast and make this girl get out of her clothes and take a shower, it begs the question, is this the only time this has happened? Or has this happened before and the family helped clean it up? Because there is another young lady, and I'm going to try to find her story, who came out when the pictures and everything dropped and said that this is the guy that raped her when she was younger. So is the family just known for covering stuff like this up? Getting rid of evidence? Enabling his behavior? This is trifling. And I'm trying to stay calm. But the mama bear in me can only think, and my baby just made 20, but I can only think if one of my children would have told me that they had been abused by someone, less known kidnapped, but had been abused by someone, what my reaction would have been. So I don't blame not a family member that was at that gas station. Especially to find him with her at the gas station. And now you're admitting to all of this stuff that you did or attempted to do with her. That your family put her through. Oh yeah, we would have to have a talk. We can either handle this like gentlemen, or we can get into some gangster shit, but we need to have a talk about one of mine. This is why I'm begging you parents, please have conversations with your children. Get into their heads. Find out what they're doing, who they're communicating with, where they're going, what they're feeling, what they're thinking. Get into those tablets, them phones, them computers. Who you communicating with? What kind of communication are you having? If you've been a part of this channel any amount of time, you hear me say over and over and over again, our children are in danger. They're in trouble. This is part of the reason why. Because there are devils out there waiting to suck the life force, the essence, the innocence out of our children. And we're so busy chasing the bag. Excuse me. Or chasing pecker and putty-tat. That we're not even taking out the time to pay attention. Pay attention to the fact that while you're out there trying to chase pecker and putty-tat, that somebody else is out there trying to chase your child. And you don't know because you're not paying attention.
See, it's a lot of people that should be getting charged with shit, in my opinion. And I feel, listen, this is just Homer Blow's personal opinions and thoughts. If they can go black and charge him currently with what he did to that 5-year-old from 1999 to 2000, they should be able to get his mother. They should be able to go get his mother. Because if she told them, she told her mother, and her mother's only thing was go get in the bathtub, which we know that that's going to wash off very crucial evidence in that fucked up ass situation. So, yeah.
That's the problem, Progressive One. This comment right here. Every adult in my neighborhood was my parent. See, we got rid of the village helping to raise the child. Now it's, you can't say nothing to my kids. Don't say nothing to my kid. Meanwhile, your kid terrorizing the whole damn neighborhood, school, the stores, and the damn police department. Because can't nobody say nothing to your kid. But then when something happens to your kid, then you want to come on here screaming and crying when people was trying to help you get your child under control. But you didn't want anybody to say nothing. Yes, the village used to raise the children. There's no more villages. There's no more family structures. Family is worse than your enemies. Family jealous of each other. So they can't band together to make sure the kids are okay. Because they too busy fighting their own private battle out loud. They too busy trying to tear each other down to take time to lift somebody up. To pour into these children. These children need life, and all they see is death. These children need love, and all they see is hate in their own damn families. Sometimes I hate getting together with some of my family. Because all you're going to hear about is who shot John from 1942. And it makes you wonder, are we so stuck in the past that we don't know how to move to the future? Because we never seem to live in the present. And who's hurting because of it? The children. Who's broken because of it? The children. We have got to do better. We used to be better than this as a people. The black family structure used to be one of the strongest structures in the world, almost unbreakable. Now anything can come in and tear us apart. We fighting each other over men. We fighting each other over women. We fighting each other over money. We fighting each other over notoriety. We throwing each other under the bus for the opportunity to go viral. Meanwhile, our children are running away and ending up in diabolical situations. Some never to be seen again. Some never to breathe another breath. Because we were so focused on the past that we didn't see what was going on with our children right here in the present. Now they have no future because they're no longer here. We got to do better.
But let me show you, RB, I'm going to show you her comment initially, and then I'll show you, her picture. So I'm going to show you what she had posted initially. She made a stat, and then I'll show you some pictures of her now after, dealing with that trauma that's unfortunately so many girls and women have went through. So bear with me as I make this happen. A little awkward right now. Like I say, my main computer system is going through its annual update right now to make sure I'm updated with everything that I need, and there's nothing, and it ain't sick. So here is when you were hearing me say RB in the criminal complaint. This is when she was 5 years old, that this same monster, Antonio Randolph, did this to her. She said, I was going to keep it off Facebook, but since people are coming with everything but a fucking apology, hi, I'm RB, and what's said in those statements are true. I was molested multiple times in '99, and yesterday it all came out. I just find it funny that all of these Facebook stats was coming and now he charged y'all silent. I'm not his family. My sister is, different dads. Know this, I'm not embarrassed, nor am I scared of any of you. Also, I'm not some broke ass little girl whose parents didn't love me. I have my own everything, so stop slandering that little girl because of her upbringing, because I wasn't that and it still happened to me. I really would like to respectfully say fuck all y'all, especially the ones that put the statements out. Y'all just gonna traumatize that girl even more. I'm 30 and I dealt with it, but I came forward because I felt I was a coward to know I let someone like him get away to possibly do it again. So, again, those are the RB that you hear in the criminal complaint that was 5 years old when she started being raped and molested by this monster. And here are some photos of her now at 30 years old. This is RB now. So, against all adversities of what happened and what took place, and just so you know, we're about to talk more about this, but I want to show you this while I still have the camera here to turn it around so you can see it. This will be the next criminal complaint that I'm going to be reading. You may have heard about this. Milwaukee shooting wounds 3, including a boy. Man accused. I'm not sure what he's looking at, but I can understand how 3 people ended up getting shot with.
Homer gotta
probably
stop.
not really seeing what the hell he was doing. So,
please.
I'll be reading this criminal complaint. A Milwaukee man is charged in a shooting that wounded 3 people. Prosecutors said he and another man exchanged gunfire during an argument. An 8-year-old boy was among the 3 wounded.
So we're going to stop that right there, because that's another story that he's going into. But, man, that's Milwaukee. If y'all have never really looked into the stuff that happens in Milwaukee of the Wisconsin, Milltown, as they call it, up the street, right around the corner, over the Mayberry Bush from Chicago, baby, a lot. It's a lot. I am really sorry that this baby had to go through this. As I stated in the beginning of the live, my biggest concern, more than anything, is what would have led her to want to run away. Those are the questions that need to be asked. What's going on in your life, in your home, that you felt the street was safer? That you felt it was safer to go to a gas station and ask men that you didn't know for a ride? What was going on in your life at home that you thought that was the safest option? We're not passing any judgment on the 13-year-old. We're not. I don't know enough about her home life to say anything about what she was dealing with at home. But someone needs to start asking questions. Because now we have a 13-year-old who will be traumatized for a very long time. And it's sad. We got to do more to protect our children. We got to start thinking about our children, about what's going on with them, about what they're doing, what they're getting involved with, who their friends are, who they hang out with, who are they talking to on social media, what are they watching and listening to on social media. Until we have these conversations with our children, they're going to continue to be lost. Until one day we wake up and say enough is enough. You don't have no business that I'm not in. Because you came out of me. I didn't come out of you. My children to this day know if you gonna go somewhere, where you going? Who you going with? Oh, you in a car? What's the color, make, and model of the car? Send me a picture of the license plate. Who are you gonna be with? Okay, I need another phone number in case I can't reach you. Where did you say y'all going? Is there an adult gonna be there? A parent? Yeah, I need their information too. Do you know why? Because I need to know who to look for if something happens to you. I need to know where to send the police. And my children are 20, 22, 26, and 28. And still, to this day, I ask them the same questions. Because no matter how old you are, you always gonna be mama's responsibility. I'm not one of those who think that just because you turn 18, you out there on your own, go figure it out. No, we don't do that. 18 ain't grown, it's legal. And until you start stepping up and putting your foot down, as parents, our children are going to remain in trouble. So, that's all I have for this show. I hope you enjoyed this Hennessy Zone episode. We're going to do some following up on this case to see where it leads and what happens. So you may see some follow-up videos or some follow-up lives. Thank you for joining me for another Hennessy Zone. Straight talk, no chaser. Thank you for everyone who subscribed. Thank you for everyone who's liked. Thank you for everyone who shared. And please, if you take anything from this live today, take this, sit your kids down, and have a conversation. Talk to them about the dangers that wait outside your doors. Because if you don't talk to them, somebody else will. And you don't know the conversations they're having. Talk to your babies. Make sure that they understand that they can come to you about anything. Make sure that their heart does safely trust in you. Make sure you're not the problem. Because remember, the same Bible that says, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right, is the same Bible that says, fathers, parents, provoke not your children to wrath. The same one. You can't take part and leave the other. Your children need you. And a lot of times the reason why they act out is because they're not getting the attention that they need. Because as parents, we get so busy chasing other things. And for some of us, it's not because we want to. It's because we have to. We got to provide a roof over their head. We got to put food on the table. I get it. But in the midst of doing all of that, don't forget about your children. That's all I have for this one. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Consider joining the Champagne Gang and the FizzFam. Become a confidant. Grab one of those memberships if you like. And don't worry, if you're not sure just yet, we'll leave the light on for you. Until next time, always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink till we meet again. Make sure you drop in the comments and let me know what you think about today's show.